Hello, everyone. This is Jim Okerzinski with your week 13 screencast video. I thought I would take a week off in recording screencast videos. After about 10 or 11 of them, I figure sometimes students might be a little bit tired of listening to my voice. And I thought I'd let the week and the activities unfold. So, as we finish up the semester, going into week 13, we see the schedule and the due dates here in the announcements page. As I move through to the course units, I want to cover a few things and I'll talk a little bit about the formal report as we move into the final week of the school year. So I'm going to leave discussion boards 9 and 10 open through Sunday so that students can catch up if you've been really busy with other courses over the course of the last few weeks, and especially a little bit more flexibility as we move into the end of the course. Now, one thing I would like to point out in the resources tab here in the course unit, I have uploaded for you a PowerPoint for Chapter 11. You may want to take a few minutes and review the PowerPoint. It is specifically geared for the chapter and the aspects that talk about the formal report. So you want to take some time, take you about 4 or 5 minutes to work through this. It references the actual assignment, and also I've inserted some of the pages in the textbook for some of the examples. It's a real worthwhile look at as you prepare all the different parts of the formal report. One thing I do want to mention, especially when you get into the references, I'm going to talk about that a little bit in going through the example on the fitness center. It appears that most everybody has decided to write about the fitness center, which is great. Like all the different rationales and scenarios that everybody is coming up with to justify the building of a fitness center in for a company. And looking at the formal report here. Now, this is a student example. Once again, I use student examples to give courses and classes all sorts of ways of just helping clear up some questions, see how assignments are handled by other students. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of fitness center analysis for my formal reports, I should say. Most students choose my face-to-face classes choose to do the jobs and career path formal report. Just saying that gives everybody an idea and an example of what a formal report would look like. So as you can see here, you have the cover page and then the abstract. Now I want to point out the table of contents. Now obviously you can start the table of contents, but you can't really finish it off until your report is the body of your report is actually complete. The transmittal in this particular example was included in the formal report. Obviously, if you look at the assignment and the textbook, the transmittal is something that's outside the report, used to notify people of the scope and completion of a report that was assigned to a committee or a person. The executive summary is covered in the PowerPoint and also in the textbook. And remember, audience is key. Now, one thing to remember, or one aspect, I should say, of the formal report that you should um, really keep in mind is a lot of your parts are going to be really can't be completed until your body is done and you have all your information. So remember and keep in mind your audience. Executive summary is actually for that executive who really doesn't want to read your report. So we have the introduction, the integration of visuals here. Could be a reason why the assignment for writing instructions was about inserting images into text, using the tight text wrapping strategy is always works well in this particular report. It really allows you to insert and shape the text around your images. Also, I want to, as we week through and I scroll through Mike's report here, as you can see, a lot of this is kind of text heavy. It's been chunked. My suggestion would be to denote sections a little bit clearer. Going from a 12 point to a 14-point font is actually an effective means if you want to denote sections. If you want to add some additional bolding, that would work. Conclusions and recommendations can be combined, or you can separate them. It's entirely up to you. If you combine them, make sure we have two distinct sections and there are conclusions and there are recommendations. And also the references page. Remember, workplace writing follows APA citation. So it is called a references page. It's not a works cited page. It's not a citation page. All citations are organized alphabetically, no matter what format, APA, MLA, they're all organized alphabetically, and every citation has the hanging indent. So as you can see here, it has the correct information according to APA. Now, one thing I touch on, and I try to emphasize in all the formal reports, citation in the references page is pretty standard, but you also have to give credit in text. There has to be some sort of in text, a two-part citation method, which cross references sources that you use for information in your report. So, especially if you're quoting some sort of statistics, statistics are not general knowledge, they should be cited in text. Remember that APA is author and year. So, in your formal report where you are using significant information, especially statistics, to make your argument here in the formal report, you should have an in-text citation. And I know as you scroll through Mike's, you're not going to see much in a way of in-text citation. And this goes along with what I mentioned earlier about not having that clearly perfect example of a formal report. So if you have any questions about citation or any aspects of the formal report, remember, I'm around. It's a busy time of year, school year for all of us. So let me have at least a few hours or more to respond to your emails. I have been looking and working through the discussion boards and making suggestions and comments about the writing that I've seen. Even though I may not make a comment or suggestion on your post, that does not mean that I have not looked at it. All right. So you'll have one more screencast video before we end the semester. And once again, if you have any questions or issues, please contact me via email. Thank you very much.